Whether someone keeps on running the ball on you, they keep on throwing drag routes underneath, or they're a triple option king, there's a ton of different ways to play offense in Couch 125 that is incredibly annoying, and this video is going to give you all the tools you need to stop those annoying offenses and win more games. Stopping the run from shotgun can be incredibly frustrating. Whenever you see someone get back into the shotgun, you think they're going to be passing, they're spreading the field out a little bit more, but then they end up pounding the rock on you. It makes their offense very, very tough to defend, but we can actually stop shotgun runs pretty easily. I'll kind of show you this right here as I just come totally free with my user. Now, to understand what I just did, first, I need you to look at Williams right here, right? Pay attention to this guy. You see him. But I'm not going to user him. I just want you to see what he does on this play right here. He's going to shuffle away. He's going to basically play his pass assignment first. All right? And if we call a true inside zone right here, again, watch Williams. Watch what he does. He's going to, again, just shuffle. Now, he shuffled a little bit more to the play right there, but still, he only shuffled. Nothing too crazy right there. What we want to do, actually, is take control of Williams. Why? Because he's not doing anything in the run game, and we need him to. So in this case, we're going to take control of him, and then we're going to try to attack the ball carrier, right? And that's what we do right there, and we totally disrupt the ball carriers where he's going. Now, there's a little bit more to it, okay, than just that. Because first of all, how do you know which person you should be using right here, right? How do you know it's not York? How do you know it's Williams? Well, easy rule for me is I want to user the linebacker who's on the same side as the halfback, okay? And the reason for that is most halfback runs go across, right? They'll start on the left and run to the right. They'll start on the right and run to the left. Think about like basic inside zones. So here, York, if they're running to the right, York can still make the tackle if he runs down. But Williams, he doesn't do anything. So we need to actually do a little bit of a loop around right here just to be able to take up a block or be able to come free. Notice my angle is not straight down. That is not what we want to do. Instead, what we want to do is try to loop around the offensive line and go make the tackle. And if we want to see this a little bit more, we can actually look here. Look at who's responsible for blocking Williams, right? It's a double team in the middle, or if we move a little bit, it can kind of change, right? Now it's just this backside guy. So here, we start back here. No one on the right sees me, and I'm able to come totally free. This works from any formation and really any play. You just got to make sure you keep your coverage integrity. But you can see I'm able to do this consistently, and it's just that basic loop. This will work every single year in College 125, and it works really well in Madden. If you've gotten value from this video so far, consider doing me a massive favor and hitting the subscribe button. It seriously helps because it tells YouTube that you enjoyed the video, and it gets this pushed to more College Football 25 players just like yourself. We're able to stop the run from shotgun, but what about if someone's pounding the rock on you from under center? Well, we're going to take a similar strategy here. In this play, watch what Spalding does. Okay, we have Spalding, and you can even watch what Williams does on this play too. Both these guys are on the weak side of the formation, and when we call the play, you see neither of them really do anything in the run game, right? The middle linebacker, he shuffled over some, which was nice, but my safety up here, Spalding, does nothing. You see if I call it again, he's just kind of chilling back there. We don't want that, especially in situations where we know our opponent is pounding the just old school smash mouth Big Ten football. We got to get him involved. So we're actually going to go hop on and user him. But before we do, I want to talk about what play we're actually choosing here. So I am in the 4-2-5 playbook, and I'm calling 4-2-5 over G. It's this right here. Keep in mind, this concept applies to dang near everything. So you could call almost everything here, and this concept will apply. It can be better or worse out of different formations. So let's call cover 4 quarters right here. And now, let's actually just user this backside safety, right? The guy who wasn't doing anything, let's get him to do something. And how do we do that? Let's just user him, right? Now, I'm even going to cheat, and I'm going to come over here with him. And then when the ball snapped, notice, guess what? I just came totally free with my user. Now, right there wasn't necessary, but there will be times where he is the guy who makes a tackle, or your user gets blocked, which opens up a free reign for somebody else. Right there, you see my user able to come totally free. We could do it again. User's able to come free yet again, and we're able to make the tackle. Look at what I'm not doing with my user. A lot of people will do this, where they get down here, and the ball snapped, and their user just gets caught in the mush immediately. You can't have that. You want your user starting back about 10 yards or so right here. And the big reason for that is if on offense we look at our blocking, right here, notice Spalding's not blocked. If I go down here more, though, he becomes blocked. He starts to get blocked. It changes the blocking angles. Up here, though, they don't even see him. So when they call that halfback stretch, we're able to come free, and we're able to help make that tackle or get absolutely thrown to the side like a rag doll, either or. Now, a counter for the offense that they could do on this is actually they see I'm cheating, and they just run the ball to where I'm cheating from, right? Now, what's nice about this is our user can still come free, okay? He can, but you will play against some people who just have good runs, who can really take advantage of this alignment, and you see right there, like, we're doing a good job, but if you ever see somebody who's running to either side, and they're not always going towards the strong side of the formation, what I would do is instead call cover 3 and do the same idea, just user the high safety now. Okay, so simple little change up. We just call cover 3, use the high safety. That's going to get us a bit more symmetrical, and now we're able to get more people on both sides of the ball and flow towards the ball. This could be a little bit more balanced run defense, so it's not going to be as good to either side as the cover 4 would be, right? Because that's committed more to one side. But this will do a good job of taking it, of playing good defense overall. If you're worried about like something like a halfback lead or an ISO, well, we can check that right here, where we're able to come free with him, able to get a ball here. The reason I show stretch is that's usually the main type of run that's called, but we can even show it right here against like a halfback blast, where against this look, I don't know which way they're necessarily going to run. So I'm actually just going to go cover 3, user this guy, and then I'm going to come down, try to make that tackle, right? It's going to work against pretty much every type of under center run. Now, you might have seen a trend so far in that pretty much everything we're going to be doing here is using somebody who's in the second or third level of the defense. When you user someone who's on the defensive line, you are very much stuck to where you are. So, for example, if we call an inside zone right here and we are on the defensive end here, there's just not much we can do, right? We're stuck. Using somebody at the second and third level is going to help you out a ton, like using a linebacker or using a safety, like we've already shown. Now, when it comes to stopping this right here, this is a touch pass, and these bad boys are tough to defend in College Football 25. Whether you're playing online or maybe you yourself have abused them some, this, once again, is going to be using a linebacker, okay? And we're going to use the same logic here. Let's watch our 2 linebackers. We have Oladejo, and we have Stanley Ellis. Beautiful. Great. When we call this, watch what the left middle linebacker does. He's not involved in the play at all, right? He didn't do anything. He just shuffled a few times. If your user is him, guess what you can do? When you see this auto motion, you're going touch pass, touch pass, touch pass, and you're able to get over there, and at least you'll eat a block like I did right there, and I have eaten some blocks in my day. Let's go back to this. Boom. Here we go. Loop around. Even right there where they're able to make some people miss, that's okay. Our user, like, don't get me wrong, you don't want that to happen. But our user was doing what he's supposed to do. Let's do it again right here. User's getting up over. Now, what's another step, though, that we could really take to help defend against these? Because these are pretty good. Well, when I see this, I like to actually tap right bumper, or that's going to be R1 on PlayStation. And then we're going to use the left stick. And look at what these are. Shift left or shift right. We could spread or pinch, all in the shifting defense category. Well, if I see that touch pass going to the right, I'm going to shift my defense to the right. That's just going to help me get an extra person in that area, or get my defense a little bit better aligned in that area of the field, forcing them to have to either cut this thing back, which they never do, or we're just going to make the tackle, right? Now, you have to be a little bit quick. So usually your first time when someone does this to you, you're not going to be able to get it, okay? So first time might be like this right here, where you're on this linebacker. You have to go, oh, shoot, and loop around. Notice that worked pretty well, though. That'd be if we're getting ready for inside zone, right? We see touch pass. Oh, no. Now I'm looping, right? And we're able to loop across. Right there, I get a little caught up in the mush, but you're able to see the idea. The final step of this, again, doesn't matter what defensive formation you're in or anything like that. I'm in the nickel over right now. But we go back to it right here. Oh, shoot. Let's shift everybody. And let's go over here. Bang. You see right there, we're able to get my user totally free. And we shifted to get my defensive tackle able to come free as well. Same idea. Let's actually hop on the safety this time, really get him involved. He's going to come down. And that's another option too, is just using the safety, right? You see how a lot of these things are all going back to each other, to where the same ideas are going to help you in numerous situations, right? The same concept we use for stopping the run, we use something similar for stopping shotgun runs and under center runs and stopping jet touch passes. These all go hand in hand and build off of one another. Go right here. Bang. We miss a tackle, but we get him totally free. able to make that tackle. Missed tackles will happen, but if your boys are in the right position to make plays, you're going to win a lot more games. So you've probably played against an offense that does something like this, and whether or not it's actually out of flex bone or it's a shotgun option, read options and speed options are incredibly hard to stop in this game. And first, it all actually starts with our coaching adjustments on defense. So let me show you exactly what I mean. We're going to start off by just calling a basic read option on offense. And on defense, let's click the right stick in. Now we're in our coaching adjustments here. I want to scroll down and go to option defense read key. I want to put him on conservative. That's going to force them to focus on the quarterback when there's any kind of read option, meaning that they have to hand that ball off to the running back. That's what I prefer, and we'll explain why in a second. Then on the option defense pitch key, we want to put this on aggressive. That means for any kind of speed option, we're going to focus on the pitch key, meaning the quarterback has to keep it. I'm going to show you kind of how this plays out in real time. Let's go here against a read option. And again, defense you choose doesn't really matter a ton. But we go here, we try keeping it with the quarterback. He's going to get blown up. The reason I like that is because most of the big plays that come from read options are, in my experience at least, usually from the quarterback keeping the ball. Because with everything else here, we can actually do the same inside zone defense, right? We could do this and then try to loop across, and now we're able to come free and make that tackle. Keep in mind, if you ever get close to the ball carrier and you're afraid to make the tackle, you can press with B or circle to just click off. So that's a really easy one for that. But now let's show this against the speed option and why I like it so much here. Let's go option. Do we have load options? Sure, we'll go speed option left. Let's go to this one. Why not? Cool. Here, you're going to see a very similar idea where we call speed option, and now it's our quarterback who has to keep it. For me, most of the time when I go up against speed options, the biggest plays are when they try to pitch it out like this. Now, keep in mind, if they commit hard with their quarterback, they can actually like get this guy to suck in and then do that. That is just a little bit of a bug in the game. It's very, very annoying. So just keep that in mind. That is something that they could do. But if they pitch it early, you're going to stop it. So the way you would do this with your user to avoid kind of that like suck in animation, or like to avoid like them being able to pitch it still, is just loop with your user. And then if they try pitching it, your user's out there too, right? Same idea. Again, notice how our user is getting involved. And this would work on the triple option as well. Because the triple option, all that is a read option and a load or speed option built into one essentially, right? And I gotta showcase that here really fast. Where we go, let's go inside veer triple option. Go to it. You're gonna have to hand that ball off. And if you're playing against somebody in flexbone and they beat you by running the ball up the middle consistently, that's how, like, that is what in this, that's what you want to give up. And we can accommodate for that by pinching our linebackers, cheating with safety, stuff like that. Like, but I'll say that is where I want them to go, because here they want to hand the ball off at the middle. Okay, I'm able to get in there with my user, and they're gonna have to make very contested runs over and over and over again, which is exactly our goal, right? We want them to have to earn every single yard that they go for, because we just don't want them to get those big plays that are so popular in these option style offenses. We see this concept all the time where somebody goes double drags or just double underneath, just meshing routes of some sort, where they'll have like a drag going to the left, and then they'll have this in route going to the right, and then they'll have something back over the middle. And it's like, geez, what do I do? How can I ever actually defend this thing? I'm gonna tell you, it's actually way easier to defend this than you think it is. First, it starts with our play call. What we want to do play calling wise, in my opinion, and this is what works just for me, is cover 3. Okay, we're going to press cover 3 sky. I don't care what formation you're in. I don't even care really what cover 3 you choose. Just cover 3 behind my face cam right here. Play art should look like this. We're going to press Y or triangle, then we're going to press down on the right stick. That's all you need to do. Y or triangle, then down on the right stick, and your play art's going to look like this right here. Then we just want to user one of these yellow zones right here. So either this guy or this guy. I don't care. Just one of your linebackers. And when they snap the ball, you're just going to user your area, right? And you see, there was no way for them to have anything open on that play underneath, right? There just wasn't. If they wanted to throw the drag, that's covered. If they want to go back to the in route, we would work our way back up there with our user. So let me show you this in real time. You want to throw here? Nope, covered. Now we're up here. Bang. See what I'm saying? We're able to take away both of those things just by utilizing our user. Where people go wrong with this is they'll actually go like over here, but we don't need to do that, right? We don't need to go user where we're already having help, right? You want a user in the area where you don't have any help, which is this left seam. Okay, so let's do it again right here. Bang, we're lurking. I'm up. Nothing's really open, and we're actually able to get a coverage sack. Now in this play specifically, what we're seeing here, and just to showcase you how like the next level of this would be from an offensive standpoint, is we're actually seeing this get open on the right, which is not part of the normal concept, and we're actually just like attacking with another route over there, which is actually I think this is like a pretty cool concept just as a stock play. So this is actually throwing us for a loop on the right side where, okay, the underneath's defended across the board. Well, guess what? I'm going to hit you at that second level. Now we're getting into a little bit more advanced stuff, and that's actually, like, I really like this style of thing. So there's a few different things we could do here, okay? The first thing is that we could actually just hard flat one guy and keep these curl flats on the field, okay? And maybe we hard flat this guy as well. It'd be kind of up to you. But so at this point, we are now having 2 flat zones on the right, and we go here. Now they try to throw that out route. Not a throw anymore. You see how we're able to just make a minor adjustment to be able to take that away. There's a lot of different things we could do here. Or we could say, go ahead, throw the drags late. I'm going to shade my coverage underneath and then shade my coverage over top to get these cloud flats on the field. And what these will do is if we snap this ball, these are going to give up the drags a little bit more, but they're going to do a way better job at defending that for the most part. Right there, here's a little bit slow. You could also just call cover 3 and leave the curl flats even. And then from here, as long as you're using over the middle, you can help take away those underneath routes while still doing a good job on the sideline. So there are more options. But the overall message of this one is that if someone is hitting you a lot underneath with drag routes and stuff like that, go cover 3, shade your coverage underneath. We just got a little bit of a tangent right there talking about a little bit more like advanced stuff. But I think that stuff's cool. So if you like that, please let me know. Let's get to the next one. If you've played this game online at all, you've probably seen this situation happen before. Your opponent goes into 5 wide or something spread out, and they just throw the seams, right? They snap the ball, and they throw the seam as fast as they can, and they never throw an inaccurate. They always throw a dot. Even if you hit stick them, they're going to hold on to it. Really actually easy way to, there's a few different ways to slow this down. A really easy one, though, if you want to do, like, absolutely nothing, is let's call our play. And now on defense, let's go to a cover 3 match. Okay, cover 3 match. And let's watch what this seam flat does right here. Gilbert, he's actually going to match onto the slot seam streak. So we do this. Watch what he does. Not really a throw you can make anymore because he was running early, and he was running with it early, and then late, that deep middle third can play it pretty well too. Keep in mind, this is match coverage. So while there's advantages, and like on a play like this is great for a play like this. Someone spams 4 verticals on you, call this. I'm serious. Like, just because they're not doing that. Like, it's over. It's over for them. But where this is interesting is if they were to do something like, let's say this, where we snap the ball, you're going to see some matching happen on the left side. It's just kind of a little bit, and they didn't even match that much. They kind of just like let the flat really easily. It can just be a little bit weird sometimes. So just keep in mind that this is a match style of defense. You see it right there where like the seam flat's going to carry all the way up until the outside guy finally matches, which means that you are giving up the flat. So there is that to keep in mind. It's just when someone's like snap throwing these seams on you consistently, I find that they don't really call anything else typically. Now, another way that I love to defend against this type of thing is to actually user it, right? So I would actually take somebody like Weeks right here, and I see this formation they're in. They maybe have even thrown this once or twice, right, where I know what they want to throw. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come here, and then as soon as the ball snaps, I'm going to run out here. I'm going to try to lurk it, essentially, right? I'm going to try just to absolutely, like, make it look open pre-snap. No matter what defense, you can call cover 3 if you want to, right? And then bang, as soon as the ball snaps, go out there, go try and make that play with your user. Ideally, your user is somebody who's fast, tall, strong, long, all that good stuff, but easy as that. 2 really simple ways. The third way I would do this is you could man somebody up onto that guy. So let's go on somebody. We'll press A or X on PlayStation, up on the right stick, and then we're going to select the receiver we want to man up. And that's going to be Y. Call this play right here, and that's also bagged. right? So just 3 really easy ways to stop these seam streaks. They're really annoying online, but you can stop pretty easily, and usually they just rage quit after you bag it a couple of times. Corner routes are by far the crutch of a bad player. Whenever they're in a bad situation, they just throw a corner route for the most part, right? You've probably seen this before where someone just, oh, 3rd and 20, let me just throw a corner route. Really, really easy. Takes very little skill to actually throw, but I'm gonna show you how to stop them super easily as well. The first way is, what we want to do is in our defense, we want to click the right stick in, go to our coaching adjustments, scroll down, and we're going to choose our zone drop curl flats, and we're going to put them at ideally 25 or 30, okay? In this case, I'm going to go 30, but you could go 25, and you might have to change it based on what kind of plays they're running, okay? Now, from here, that was our curl flat zone. So I actually want to call a cover 3 style defense, okay? So if that's the case, we call cover 3, and it looks just like this. Now think about it. This guy is in a curl flat. He is set to 30 yards. Let's see what route we have on offense. We have a corner route going about 30 yards. So let's call this play. Let's see what happens. That curl flat, guess what he did? He ran back 30 yards and bagged it. Really easy. Like, actually, really, really easy. All you want to do is just have that curl flat on the field. Okay? Curl flat. Snap the ball. Guess what? He's going to run all the way back and he's bagged. But guess what? That means underneath is going to be open. Right? And you might be saying, well, what do you do about underneath? Good question. Easy. What we're going to do here, we have 2 options. First option is we're usering, like we've talked about all throughout this. Well, you see that? You might just have to go user that thing down there. That might just be what you have to do. Second option, and this is probably a little bit better. We could just put one of our defenders on this side of the field in a hard flat. So that's tapping A or X on PlayStation, right on the right stick. And now Crawford is in a hard flat. So if we watch the left side right here, underneath's not open. And then A's, that deep corner's not open either. Only thing that was open was that in the middle of the field. But what would we be doing to that in route? Let's see. We're here, user's in the middle. Oh, they tried throwing that in? My user's right there. That's where your user should be. That's his assignment. That's his area. And then you hurdle and fumble and give the ball right back to your defense because you're trying to make you're trying to make a clip for TikTok. It happens. But simple as that, really. Curl flat. Curl flat 30 yards. If you didn't want to do that, you could also just user the corner route. So a good example would be like, okay, oh, I see corner route, corner route, corner route. I'm going to user all the way up. A little bit harder to do, but definitely necessary in certain situations where you don't have the right defense on the field. Using a route is always an option that we have to be able to just help ourselves out and be able to delay and mess up the reads of our opposing player. Now that you know how to stop the most annoying offenses in College Football 25, make sure you check out this video right here where I break down the best hot routes that you can use on offense in this game.